What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, before we get into anything in this video, make sure that you like and share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all updates. Hit the post notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it.
Like that. I turn the up feeling good in here.
Somebody lied, I
don't want to hear none of that money talk from you niggas.
If I died today,
your headboard is covering a very small window in your primary bedroom. I can tell it's not like that. Stop fucking playing with me. Let's go.
Who knew that the Joe Budden and Gillie the Kid beef would fire back up in 2023, and it looks like it's getting real lively this time around, okay? Now, as somebody that was an early adopter on the Joe Budden podcast and $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, the two of these gentlemen had definitely traded some shots over the years. Things started to get a little contentious between Joe and Gillie back when Sue Surf had like an Instagram live with Gillie, and he basically said that Joe Budden would smoke him in a rap battle and basically said that he was a much better rapper, to which Gillie the Kid responded, "Me and Joe Budden speak two very different languages. I speak the language." And basically at that point you could see that Gillie was definitely discrediting Joe as a street rapper, basically saying, "I'm the one that talks to the voice of the streets. That dude is an internet nerd." When you listen to Joe Budden and Gillie's music, the content is not that much different. But, you know, if anything, I would say listening to Joe's music, you would see so much more depth. Joe was definitely an open book when it came to his life and his music. I mean, we've seen that permeate throughout his entire career and what he's doing now. But Gillie really was like one-dimensional. All he could talk, he was like harping on the coke raps, but he wasn't quite to the Pusha T level where it hit that same level of demand. Even when those conversations were happening, it didn't seem like Joe and Gillie were really in a bad blood type of situation. It just seemed like there was a little competitive nature going on. But then you start getting into when $1 Million Worth of Game got acquired by Barstool Sports. They kicked the dude Dev out, and Joe Budden, Rory, and Mal, they all had some conversations talking about the situation. They said it looked a little bit ugly, looked a little bit nasty, cutting homeboy off. Gillie was not too thrilled about that. And at that point, he started making personal jabs at Joe Budden about his co-host, his life, and basically was calling them cornballs and said, y'all need to stick to the internet shit. We over here are the voice of the streets. That's what continues to be Gillie's calling card. At one point, it seemed like Joe and Gil had patched things up, went their separate ways, and just kind of kept it cool. They spoke kind of decently of each other on their podcast. There was another incident where Gillie and Wallow went on and spoke about the top 5 podcasts in hip hop with DJ Academics. They conveniently left Joe off of their list. Academics tried to be like, hey, I think Joe Budden is #1, to which Gillie took hella offense to. So even when things are patched up, it seems like, nah, don't speak that nigga name around me. He's corny. Y'all know what we do, and it ain't that. The two of them have been exchanging some thinly veiled disses throughout the pods leading up to this moment, but we're finally seeing some direct shots again. On a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, he had a nice little intro where he was playing 9-Piece by Rick Ross and basically was saying, I don't want to hear that money talk from none of y'all mother effers. You can't talk about having no $100 million. He didn't say the exact number, but basically you can't talk money when your headboard is covering up a small little window in your primary bedroom. Nobody really knew what he was talking about, but some people went out and did their clerical work, did their due diligence, did their administrative roles, and people were able to track down a photo of Gillie the Kid sitting on his bed with his wife laid out asleep. You see a high headboard and a small little cubby hole of a window. Looked like a basement window, but I would definitely doubt that Gillie and his wife are sleeping in a basement. So it's definitely giving a little bit, I don't know what type of crib he's in. Now, we're not going to act like Gillie the Kid is broke. $1 Million Worth of Game allegedly just did a $100 million deal with Barstool Sports for the re-up. So we're not going to say Gillie's broke. I'm not going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nobody's broke, because anybody that's doing any kind of numbers in this internet game, this rap game right now, is probably doing better than me. So I'm not trying to come for nobody's pockets. However, Joe Budden in his position, he felt like he could do that. After word got around that this is what was happening, Gillie took to Twitter and said, after the washed up rap career, in and out, all the rehabs, all the beating on, just now you want a podcast beef. I'll beef when you start getting some ad money. Got him. Now, as y'all know, $1 million worth of game is definitely ran on advertisements, whether it be Manscaped, New Amsterdam, Vodka, Hims. Throughout the entire show, you're going to get a bunch of ads that pop up. Even in the middle of the clips, you're going to get miniature interviews that pop up in the middle of the damn show where they're talking about education or something. And I'm pretty much under the impression that those are paid advertisements as well. Gillie feels like, hey, I can listen to your whole show. I can watch all your videos on YouTube. I don't see no ads pop up. Y'all ain't getting no money. Joe Budden responds and says, you selling ass out here for cheap. Watch your mouth when you speak to or of me. Not mincing words there, and let's please believe Joe Budden has a lot of experience with advertisements. They've toyed back and forth with the idea of running ads on the Joe Budden podcast. Even back when Rory and Mal were there, they had a lot of different disputes about whether or not they should run ads and how they could tastefully do it and do it in a way that would not negatively affect the audience. Joe Budden decided to veto all those options and said that he just doesn't feel like it enhances the show in any way. It's just taking a bag. Joe Budden is not somebody who's willing to take a bag to sacrifice his integrity or his vision, more importantly. But he does have experience fielding offers for ads. I'm sure he still gets a lot of the same offers now because the show is still doing well that Gillie and Wallow get because their viewership is quite similar. So he's basically looking at Gillie like, nigga, you accepting the money that I'm turning down. Don't act like you out here getting it. I already see what the numbers is. It's not that impressive and it's not enough to make me change my stance. Get out of here. I don't know what's going to come next, but what I do know is this is probably going to make for some very entertaining content in the coming days and weeks. If these guys continue to take these shots, you already know this is going to be funny because Gillie, when he gets on his soapbox, he starts yelling. It starts getting a little excessive. You think he wants to fight somebody, but this is going to be funny. Joe Budden is the exact same. And both of them got people that will gas them up and back them up. I want to hear it. I don't want to see these guys link up and get into no type of fight. I do want to see these guys go back and forth on some funny shit. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. And if this is your first time seeing any of my content on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Stay safe out there. Peace. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the content. Make sure that you're liking and sharing these videos. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the post notification bell so you get all updates. For all of my artists, my artist managers, songwriters, producers, etc. If you need a little bit of extra help with your career, man, make sure that you visit pengameelite.com, okay? That's my website and my community for all upcoming rising music creators. I got 2 books on there, the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 1 and 2. They're going to give you a lot of insights into the music industry, how to monetize your career, how I make my money off of music because I am a full-time artist outside of doing YouTube videos. If you need some direct help, you can also book a consultation with me on the Pen Game Elite website. And I also have a Pen Game Elite membership. The free tier gives you access to all of these videos that I post on YouTube and a community of people where you can engage. But I do have the membership plus, okay? You can join that for $50 a month or $500 a year. And I will actually go in and do all of the grunt work for you. If you're not registering your songs on your PROs, if you're not with Song Trust or the MLC, if all your collection agencies and all of that stuff are not up to par or up to date, I will go in there and update all of that for you. If you need help uploading your music to a distributor like DistroKid, United Masters, etc., and you've been making mistakes, you've been claiming content ID on material that you really don't own, hey man, stop stealing people's money. If you do this stuff the right way, you're gonna make it anyway, okay? You can join the membership plus, and again, I will do the work for you, and you're gonna get a free consultation every month just for joining. You're also gonna get the 2 books for free soon as you join the membership plus. All right, much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.